What time are you coming home tonight? Are you going to make it home for dinner? It looks like I'll be leaving on time today. Is there anything in the fridge? I can buy something on my way home. We're all set. I went shopping. I can make something simple, like pasta maybe? Thank you, Brittany. You're a godsend. You're so helpful around the house, and that helps me so much at work too. You're too good to be true, my sweets. Stop it, Mom. I'll make pasta, okay? It's not a big deal. Okay. Did you do your homework? Yeah, I'm done. My new homeroom teacher is really strict. She makes you stand in the back of the class if you don't do your homework. I think she doesn't like me, too. What? Isn't she that young teacher that started this year? Yeah, it's her first year teaching, so we all thought she would be cool, you know? But I guess not. She's crazy scary. Jen was getting yelled at for something today, and it was totally not her fault. I tried to speak up for her, but then she started yelling at me, too. Oh, this could be a problem. I want to hear all about it when I get home. Okay, I'll see you soon. I can't wait to dig into some delicious pasta. Good evening. This is Monique Richards. I'm sorry to contact you so late, but you never answered my calls. Monique, you're Brittany's homeroom teacher. Is everything okay at school? Mrs. Walters, am I correct in understanding that you are a single mother? Excuse me? What does that have to do with anything? So, you're a low-income single-parent home. Is that correct? Wait just a second. Is this some sort of joke? A joke? No, of course not. Then are you trying to provoke me? To what end? Oh, nothing like that. Please don't misunderstand my intentions. I'm just confirming the facts. You are a low-income single-parent home struggling to make ends meet. And this led to Brittany developing an abrasive attitude. That's what I want to confirm. I am so offended I'm at a loss for words. That's fine. I knew already. I'm just double-checking the facts. It's clear to me now why your daughter is so defiant. That's the unfortunate outcome of being from a single-parent home. How dare you speak this way to a parent? My daughter is not defiant. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like mother, like daughter. Monique, I think we need to have a chat in person. This is not a discussion to have via text. I'm busy with some business trips this week, so I'll go in for a meeting next week. I'll call to make an appointment. Oh, don't worry about it. Being a single mom, I'm sure you can't afford to take time off work. That's so rude. Oh, but maybe we will have to set up a meeting. If Brittany continues down this path, she's bound to get into trouble. Then we'll have to call her parents in. Oh, sorry. Parent. What are you accusing Brittany of anyway? Never mind, it's no use discussing it now. I'll adjust my schedule and make a visit to the school next week. We'll discuss this in great detail at that time. Believe me. Mom, I'm in trouble! What is it? Are you okay? You're supposed to be staying at Uncle Jimmy's while I'm on my trip. Did something happen? Yeah, I'm at Uncle Jimmy's house. Everything's fine. The problem is school. The class's lunch money went missing from the teacher's desk. I'm getting blamed for stealing it. What? Why you? You wouldn't do anything like that, right? Of course not! I didn't even know it was in her desk. I thought it's taken to the office right after it's collected. I've never even heard of the money being kept in the classroom. The whole thing is really fishy. That is a little strange. But Miss Monique says that she left the money in her desk. And she insists that I was the one that stole it. Your homeroom teacher again? Why is she singling you out as the culprit? You did tell her you didn't do it, right? Of course I told her I didn't do it. And I said that it's not fair to be pointing fingers without any proof. But she wouldn't believe me. She says she needs to talk with you tomorrow. I asked them to call Uncle Jimmy since you were busy at work. No, that's okay. I need to be there. This has gone far enough. I'll tell Uncle Jimmy I'm going. Brittany, don't you worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right. Monique, I need a word with you. Oh, I heard you can't make it tomorrow. You're on a business trip? You can't even make time to deal with your child's criminal behavior. Brittany says she didn't do it. Why did you leave such a large sum of money in the classroom to begin with? That's none of your business. It's just administrative policy. What policy? Explain it to me. Why don't you tell me the truth? You look down on our family for being a single-parent household. And now you're accusing my daughter Brittany with no proof whatsoever. I am surprised you would speak to your daughter's teacher this way. Ugh. Please try to stay civil in our talks, okay? This is why I hate single-parent homes. In order to create the ideal civil classroom I aspire to, I need to remove the bad apples. Brittany is defiant and audacious. She's constantly talking back and being problematic. She's a typical miscreant with no respect for her teachers. I've never been told anything of the sort about Brittany. I am very involved in her life, and she is doing excellent at school and has many friends. You're a little biased, being her mother. I'll be requiring an apology letter from each of you. 2,000 words, Times New Roman, double-spaced. An apology letter? About your daughter's criminal actions and your crude attitude toward me. I think it's quite generous of me. Do you now? Oh, and I'll need you to compensate for the stolen lunch fees. It was Brittany who took it, and you need to take responsibility for it. She didn't take it. Do you have any proof? Please don't try to drag this out. We've established that you're a struggling single mother. It's obvious Brittany stole the money. If you're not going to write a formal apology letter, I will report this matter to the police. Really? Do you know who I am? What? I suppose we've never met in person, so you didn't recognize me. And I'm guessing you haven't read the student information all that carefully. What are you trying to say? Just get to the point, will you? Patronizing me for being a single mother and blaming Brittany for theft? Asking for a written apology from both of us, based on your one-sided opinion. I should have been more careful when I hired you. What kind of game are you playing at? You think you can just mock your daughter's teacher? I can see where your daughter gets her attitude problem from. My name is Petra Walters. Good for you. You don't recognize my name? I am the superintendent to the school you work at. What? Superintendent? I'm not at the school day today, and don't interact with the staff much. I wasn't there for your interview either. But we've met at least once, at the first assembly of the year. I made a speech. Are you not listening? I'm confused. You're saying you're the superintendent, and Brittany's your daughter? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Do you still not get it? So, I'm speaking now to the superintendent, Petra Walters, the superintendent of this school. You seem a little rattled. No, Are you nervous because I'm your boss's boss? I understand. You handpicked my daughter to be blamed for a theft in your classroom. That's some heavy stuff. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Maybe it was my mistake. Maybe. No, I mean it was my mistake. I'm terribly sorry for all the trouble. It wasn't a mistake, was it? I think you concocted this whole story as some kind of reprisal for standing up for her friend. Isn't that right? No, ma'am. I didn't mean it like that. I was doing my job as a teacher and trying to educate my classroom through discipline. Your job? I don't think your job is to shove your warped view of order down the children's throats. I didn't mean it to be that way. I never thought that a superintendent's daughter would be in my class. I had no idea. Please forgive me. It's not about her being my daughter. Have you ever considered how immensely your words and actions affect your students? It affects their school life and character development. Your actions are not appropriate for any student, not just my daughter. I understand. I stand corrected. I acted immaturely. I shouldn't have accused Brittany like that. I don't know what you have against single-parent homes, but I've been a parent for 13 years, and never have I been insulted like this. Calling my daughter a criminal based on your outlandish assumptions. Coming from a teacher, no less. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. I was out of line. Please excuse my actions. I'll go to your house to apologize in person. I'll write an apology letter. I'll do anything. I'll apologize to Brittany, too. That won't be necessary. What? What do you mean? I can't have someone like you in charge of my daughter's education. I'm having a different teacher put in charge of her class at the very least. But everything was just starting to come together. I doubt that's the case. Keeping kids behaving well in a dictatorship is not good leadership. But the school year just started. I'm still getting the hang of things. First, we need to resolve the lunch money issue. Is it true that the money went missing from your desk? Yes, it's true. But it was my responsibility. I don't blame any of my students. I will compensate for the missing money. I haven't told the principal about this yet. I can fix this. Why haven't you told the principal? A theft in the classroom is a serious problem, Ms. Monique. Why are you trying to resolve it yourself? I thought it was my duty as a teacher. It seems you have no idea what a teacher's duties are. Enough. You failed to report a significant incident, behaved inappropriately and rashly. This conversation is over. I will discuss your reprimand with the school. My reprimand? No. Please, I'll take care of it. That's not happening. You called one of your students a criminal and demanded written apologies. Even threatened to call the police. You're not getting out of this lightly. Goodbye, Ms. Monique. You'd better start looking for a new job. Not as a teacher, of course. After that, Monique apologized profusely to Petra, and even wrote a lengthy apology letter. She even wrote a separate letter to Brittany and read it in front of everybody in class. It was later found out, however, that Monique was the one who had stolen the lunch money. She got a punitive discharge immediately. Apparently, she made up the whole thing to get back at Brittany for standing up for her friend. What a low-life teacher and low-life human being. Her pictures and information from the arrest got leaked on social media, and she became a viral bad teacher meme. After all that bad publicity, there is no school that would ever hire her again. Petra decided that she will sit in on all interviews for new teachers and be more involved in the hiring process, in order to try and avoid this kind of mistake from happening again. The good news is that, free from the chains of Monique's twisted discipline, Brittany and the rest of her class were all getting along with their new teachers splendidly.